Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to do a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pirantishead figure. I just received this figure from GameStop. I was really excited when I saw this figure was available to just add it to my cart and have it shipped. I had this guy on pre-order through Amazon and through Hasbro Pulse. I'm pretty sure that both of those websites still list this as a November release. So when I saw this on GameStop, and I actually think I had it pre-ordered on GameStop as well, but I canceled that order because I wanted to get something else and use my GameStop points, whatever. But yeah, so, and this guy was actually on sale at the time on GameStop. He was about, I think, $5 or $6 cheaper than retail, which was awesome. So yeah, I was hoping that I would get this guy a couple days ago, but there was a little bit of a delay with the shipping. But here he is. He looks awesome. Let's open him up and take a look at him here. Got a lot of parts there. All right, let's just put him down for a second. Get all of his little extra stuff out of here. I don't always do unboxing videos like this, but I was excited to have this figure, and I thought a lot of you might want to see what he's all about. All right, so right off the bat, real quick, we've got to look at this. This is so awesome. So this is his weapon. They're like fish nunchucks, but it's also, it's kind of a flute, but it's also the thing that he used to freeze the Zords. But yeah, actually, the chain I thought was going to be like that really cheap gray plastic. It is actually more of a metallic look to it. So that's pretty cool. And there's some really good detail on these. So these are really fun to include with him. He definitely should have his weapons, that's for sure. He gets this lightning effect piece. I think this is the piece that came with In Space Black Ranger, the piece that kind of hooks up to the lunar lance. It has like that hole in it right there. So I guess they just repurposed this one in a different color. I think that one was purple. This is like a really, really light blue. So we'll see if I end up doing anything with that. He comes with open displayed hands, like he's trying to reach out and, you know, grab somebody. The figure itself, he has one fist and one grabbing hand, obviously for his weapon. And you also have to put his back fin on. So this comes as a separate piece. And his lower jaw is like really loose. So I hope it doesn't break. I think I'm putting this on incorrectly. No, I had it right the first time. So, oh, okay, there we go. It goes in there. It takes a little bit of doing. But yeah, I noticed right away that his jaw was really loose. So that's making me a little nervous. But you can kind of see, you can see how loose that is. So I'm not sure the exact mechanism there, but hopefully he'll be okay. So his ankles were really kind of bent in the packaging, but it looks like he's okay. He's got his tail. The tail only kind of spins. It would be nice if the tail would kind of come all the way up. But this figure is so cool. I didn't quite get that fin all the way in, but I'll fix that later. So he's really, really cool looking. I thought he'd be actually, it's funny to say this, I thought he'd be actually a little bigger. So I guess they made him just a little smaller. We'll do some comparisons here in a second. He looks great. I really think the paint on him is really good. The red green really stands out. So I already kind of showed you the mouth and the head. I'm gonna have to mess around with this one a little bit more, but yeah, you can definitely kind of open his mouth. You just kind of have to pull the head up. The shoulders have a butterfly joint there, and they could spin, but you know, he's got a lot of things kind of in the way a little bit. This piece, the shoulder piece, is attached. Double jointed elbows. He also has a swivel up there. So yeah, really great articulation, which is what we're used to with the Lightning Collection. You know, typical wrists. So he's got like a diaphragm and an ab crunch here. So he can go really far down, which is nice. And then he can go up. Some of the parts get in the way a little bit, but yeah. And then the hips, he goes all the way out. So he can do some big time splits. The knees are also double jointed. They're a little tight. They can't go too high because of all of his fish parts. And ankle rocker. And it can go up and down. He looks great. I'm very excited about this figure. You know, he is a really important monster. I feel like he's going to fall, though, at any minute. So let me fix his ankles so he leans a bit more forward. There we go. So, very crucial monster here because this is Lord Zedd's first monster. It is the monster that basically destroyed the Dinozords, or at least froze them and made them like inactive, made them unable to be used. So then the Rangers had to get their Thunderzords, and it was just epic. That's the word for it. So, you know, if you were around my age, or probably a little younger, because I think I was around 13 when that whole Lord Zedd thing happened. But yeah, just Lord Zedd blows into town. He started out very, very scary, very like seriously evil. It's funny because, like, you know, later seasons he became, you know, very whipped by Rita. But you know, he started out just so scary and so mean. And, you know, first thing he does is, like, you know, toss Rita back into a dumpster and throw her into space. And then he's like, all right, time to destroy these Rangers. He makes Pirantishead. Pirantishead pretty much immediately just wrecks everything. Yeah, so wild. I remember watching it because it was on during prime time. It was on at like 8 o'clock at night. It was, I think, a three-part episode. And wow, it was quite amazing. So just to do some comparisons, I'll get the weapons out of the way. So I think it's very fitting we have to see him alongside Lord Zedd, of course, because Lord Zedd is the one who created him. This is Lord Zedd's first monster. Very, very important character here. And it looks good. Like I said, I really thought that Pirantishead, from the pictures and from everything I've seen online, I thought he was going to be bigger than this, but he's actually not too huge. So here he is alongside the White Ranger, which I know, you know, doesn't make sense because the White Ranger, I don't think, ever encountered Pirantishead, but this was just the first Ranger I grabbed off of my display. So there you go. And of course, Lord Zedd and White Ranger, they had their whole, you know, issues. But yeah, he actually looks really great. I think that the size on Pirantishead is perfect, honestly. So that's what he looks like with a Ranger and with Lord Zedd. Let's see how he looks with some other monsters. So here is Pudgy Pig. And here is Eye Guy. And yeah, you can see that he is pretty much the same height as Pudgy Pig when he comes up to his little kind of mohawk thing. Eye Guy is a little taller, definitely beefier. Both of them are way, way beefier than Pirantishead. Pirantishead's pretty skinny, which works. Absolutely, I think it works. wow, these look amazing. They look so good together. Really, really cool. I really thought that maybe Pirantishead was going to take Pudgy Pig's place as my favorite monster from the line, but I still got to go with Pudgy Pig. You know, for me, I've said on this channel quite a few times, I was a bit too old to really get into Power Rangers when it came out. But that first season is just so nostalgic for me. I was like, you know, somewhere between like 11 and 12 and, you know, just like getting a little too old for, you know, quote unquote, this kind of stuff, even though obviously, you know, I'm a lot older now and I'm still really into it. But, you know, just that first season, those first monsters, you know, when the Green Ranger first showed up, I mean, just so awesome for me. And yeah, and this Pudgy Pig figure is so cool. He's just so unique. All right, so Pudgy Pig, he's still my guy. He's still number one for me. Pirantishead, though, definitely the number 2 monster for sure. Let's get rid of these monsters. And I thought what might be kind of fun is, since Pirantishead is the monster who essentially wrecked or destroyed or stopped the Dino Megazord, first time ever, basically, unless you count what the Green Ranger did. So let's take a look at some Megazords here. So here is the newest Megazord. This is the one that Hasbro has put out. I guess they're calling it the Retro Collection, something like that. Now, I did paint this, so if you're looking at it and you're like, whoa, this one doesn't look like the one I have. Yeah, I painted a lot of the details on the legs. This part here, I painted the middle part of the helmet. So yeah, so I definitely added some paint to this one. It was actually really fun. I wasn't going to get this guy at all. Saw it in the store. It was only, whatever they were, like 15 bucks. And I was like, yeah, you know, why not? So you can see Pirantishead, he's a little too big for this one. I think the one that's going to work out fantastic is this one. And there you go. I mean, that is awesome. That is great. So this is the Build-A-Megazord from the Legacy collection. So the figures that Bandai America put out right before, you know, they kind of gave up Power Rangers or lost the contract or whatever happened. But yeah, so this is the Build-A-Figure one where different parts came with different Legacy figures. And yeah, this, I think that works. Let's get rid of this guy. And yeah, this looks pretty good. You know, you can almost just kind of see, you know, like, hey, this is the guy that wrecked that guy. But that's pretty much to scale. I think it looks good. Now, just for the heck of it, because I got them out, had to do some work getting these guys off the shelf here. But here's the other one that Hasbro put out, and yeah, I wasn't going to get this one either. I don't know, you know, anyone who's a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is just a sucker for this original Dino Megazord. I don't even really call it the Dino Megazord. This is the Megazord. Like, this is definitely the original Megazord. So this is the one Hasbro put out. It's the different Zords, and it was like Tyrannosaurus was by himself, and then Mastodon and Pterodactyl came together, and then Sabretooth and Triceratops came together in like little 2-packs. Obviously way too big. This one is just not the greatest in the world. The greatest in the world, and I know this comparison is going to be absolutely ridiculous, but this is the one, right? So this is the original Megazord from, I believe, 1993. Just a beautiful, beautiful toy. I have the Legacy Megazord, but it's in the separate Zords, and I wasn't about to put that thing together and mess with that thing for this review. But you could, I mean, you can't even see the Megazord in the frame. I did this because I thought it would just be so ridiculous. But yeah, obviously way too big, but I love this toy. You know, he is awesome. Just the original Megazord. You can't really get any better than that. I may even really like the original better than the Legacy one, even though Legacy has all that die-cast parts. You can't beat the original toy. That is for sure. So yeah, that is Pirantishead, and I cannot wait to get more monsters. I know a lot of people have complained about the scale. And yeah, I mean, definitely I was disappointed with King Sphinx because I really want him to go with Goldar, so I'm hoping that the Super 7 Ultimates Goldar will fit and be in scale with that King Sphinx, so I can finally have, you know, Goldar and King Sphinx next to each other. I wish I had a comparison with the original vintage figure of Pirantishead. I have had several opportunities to buy one at various toy shows and toy stores and stuff, and I just cannot find one that's in really good shape. I don't want to pay, you know, even really 15 or 20 bucks for one if it's got scuffs and marks and paint marks all over it. So I do not have the vintage Pirantishead figure. Maybe one of these days I'll get it just to kind of add it to my collection, because I do have quite a few of the larger scale vintage figures. But this guy is awesome. So, yeah, let me know what you think of Pirantishead. Are you going to get him? What other monsters are you really, really looking forward to seeing in the, now it's called the deluxe line. So it looks like we're going to be getting releases of a monster and then a ranger with a vehicle, which is pretty cool. I mean, there's not a lot of rangers with vehicles that I really need, to be quite honest, but definitely these monsters, I'm pretty much all in. I think I have all the monsters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what else they release with these monsters, and we shall see. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. I'm sure I'll be posting a whole bunch more pictures of this guy on Instagram. Have a great day.